It was 1973 when Roe versus Wade was decided by the Supreme Court. Fast forward to 2019, and some lawmakers across the country are trying to overturn it. This map shows you legislation that was either enacted or is pending this year. It's important that we tell you this information comes from the Guttmacher Institute. That is a nonprofit that works for reproductive rights. The purple shows pro-choice protections put in place. The darker the purple, the more the state protects a woman's right to choose. Compare that to the orange. Those areas reflect a decrease in women's reproductive rights. The latest and most restrictive measure is in Alabama. The state Senate and House approved a bill that would make performing almost all abortions a felony. It is headed to the governor to be signed into law. The sponsor of House Bill 314 says she is doing this to get the Supreme Court involved in an effort to reverse protections for abortion rights nationwide. What's unique about this bill is that it provides only one exception if a woman's health is in jeopardy. Doctors who perform an abortion, including in cases of rape or incest, could face life in prison. That is a longer sentence than someone accused of rape would face.
10 News reporter Liz Crawford looked at the current law in Florida and how other states' laws could impact people here. And Liz, you found out these new abortion laws also have an ulterior motive.
Yeah, well, the bottom line, these new laws are unconstitutional. They don't meet the standards set by the Supreme Court in 1973, allowing a woman the right to an abortion until roughly 24 weeks of pregnancy. Current state law says the same thing here in Florida, but there are people who want to change that.
Just this past January, a bill was filed in Florida proposing to ban abortions once a fetal heartbeat is detected.
I feel it is my obligation, it is my duty to protect life, liberty, and a pursuit of happiness, including those who were unborn.
The bill died in its first committee, but a similar bill passed in Georgia just last week. Unlike the Roe v. Wade decision allowing a woman the right to an abortion until a fetus is viable outside the womb, roughly 24 weeks, Georgia's new law bans abortions once a fetal heartbeat is detected, around 6 weeks, before some women realize they're pregnant.
We will always continue to fight for life.
Lou Varelli is a professor at Stenson University College of Law. He explained how these laws in Georgia and Alabama are really about getting a case in front of the Supreme Court in hopes of reversing Roe v. Wade. That process is complicated. First, a case would have to progress through the lower courts. Once a ruling is made, the losing side could ask the Supreme Court to hear their case. Keep in mind, they get more than 1,000 requests a year. They hear about 80. The justices vote on which cases to hear. If 4 out of the 9 vote to hear it, they do. So why now? Varelli said those who want to ban abortion see an opportunity to reverse Roe v. Wade now that Justice Brett Kavanaugh, a known conservative, is on the court.
Long story short here, it will take a lot for one of these cases to get in front of the Supreme Court. It would have to pass through a lot of hands before it gets a shot at the highest court in the land.
But it could happen. We do have more information on the debate that's developing very quickly. We're staying on top of all of this. You can follow along with us on WTSP.com.